Hi everyone, Chris Schmiedeke back for your July installment of the Texas Standard Possession Order for 2005. We are in the month of July. Typically the month of July is pretty boring in terms of the Standard Possession Order because I'm going to assume that you are taking the default dates of July 1st to July 31st because obviously there is no way for me to know what custom dates would have been selected. So I'll give you some hypotheticals if you did select other dates just to make sure you're up to speed. And there is one little tricky caveat this year that I will display for you when we look at the calendar. All right, here we have the July calendar. Custodial parent in blue, non-custodial parent, you are in yellow. This calendar has a major assumption in it, and that major assumption is that the non-custodial parent did not give notice by April 1st of a custom extended summer possession. So if that doesn't happen, then it just goes to the default dates. And the default dates are July 1st to July 31st. I encourage you to go back and watch my April video so that you can review the notification dates. So as I typically do, I'm going to start with Thursdays. As you can see, I haven't designated any specific Thursdays in here, and that is because Thursdays do not continue through the summer. The provisions in your order or your decree say that Thursdays are only during the school term, holidays and summer are not during the school term, so there are no Thursdays in the summer. Weekends, however, do not have that provision. They do not single out only during the school term, so weekends do continue throughout the summer. However, since this is a holiday possession, it is going to overwrite those weekend periods of possession. So as it is displayed, all the weekend possessions almost would go to the non-custodial parent. Now, if you've reviewed the April video, like I just reminded you, custodial parent, if you gave notice by April 15th, you could have selected a weekend inside the extended summer possession, but you must give notice by April 15th of this date. I have simply picked the 25th as what you gave notice for, but you could have given notice for the 11th. You could have given notice for the 18th, okay? I don't know what you gave notice for, but if you did it by April 15th, you get that weekend. If you did not give notice by April 15th, then you get nothing. All right, so you have to give it by April 15th. In terms of weekend periods of possession, you can see that this is the extended summer possession date, is kind of bold yellowed there. Look when it ends. It ends on a Thursday at 6 p.m. Begins at 6 p.m., ends at 6 p.m. What is the next day? What is the significance of that day? It is the first Friday of the month. Who gets the first Friday of the month? The non-custodial parent gets the first Friday of the month. So what happens here? Non-custodial, you return the child at 6 p.m. on Thursday. The very next day, you pick up at 6 p.m. on August 1st for your first Friday of the month period of possession. The only holiday we have in here is Independence Day. Since I have this as the default extended summer possession, that Independence Day is going to get swallowed up by the overall summer holiday, so that would not have any relevance. If you picked a custom possession schedule, then perhaps that might play in here. But again, it's impossible for me to know everybody's custom possession schedule. So again, pretty straightforward month. No Thursdays during the summer, we know that. There could be first, third Fridays for you, depending upon if you selected custom dates, but if you did not and you are in the default dates, then you are going to not have any of those weekends because we know holidays overwrite the weekend periods of possession. And then you have the little tricky section there at the end of the first Friday of the month coming the day after extended summer possession ends. But absent those little things, not too crazy a month. I will see you in August.